Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. My dear students, I'm here, Muhammad Abdullah Murad Chaudhary, Senior Lecturer, Department of Agriculture Studies, Milestone College, Uttara Dhaka. Let's go for today's online lecture.
Chapter 4, Section 1. And this section today I will discuss the cultivation of jute. After watching this lecture, you will be able to understand the cultivation techniques of jute and some important MCQ and creative questions which you can get from different type of board and as well as different type of colleges. Jute, this is the plant of jutes you look like. Jute grows well in the fertile land in our country near the land beside the river of Brahmaputra, Jamuna and Meghna. Even it can be grows in India, China, Japan, Thailand, Myanmar, Egypt and Brazil as well. This one is very important for your MCQ, like that in our country which river near which river jute can be cultivated, and the answer will be Brahmaputra, Jamuna or Meghna. Jute industries have been developed in our country based on jute production, and we have got several jute industry like in Adamji, then Faridpur, etc. First of all, we have to understand the land selection. So the loamy soil, fertile loamy soil is suitable for jute cultivation, but it can be cultivated in maximum all type of sandy and clay soil as well. And the land which is sealed deposited at the later period of rainy season is suitable for jute cultivation as well. And tosha jute can be cultivated in highland and deshi jute in both high and lowland. That means it can be cultivated in water stagnant condition as well. Next point is varieties. We have to know the different variety name of jute which will be very important, and this one is very important for your MCQ as well, so you have to thoroughly memorize this one. Bangladesh Jute Research Institute has developed and released 17 desi jute, which is 16 tosha jute and 2 kenaf, 1 mesta varieties. Varieties of deshi jute, where you see CVL1, which local name is green jute, CBE3 local name is ashu jute, CC45 local name is joe jute, and D154 atom part 38. This is all are deshi jute. You have to memorize this one for your MCQ and CQ. Next varieties is tosha jute, where is 04, 09897 Falguni tosha, CG Chinchura green. This is the local name. You have to memorize this one for your MCQ as well. Next is kenaf varieties, which is HC2 Jolly kenaf and HC95. And last one is variety of mesta, which is Tani mesta HS24. So these all are important for your CQ and MCQ, so you have to memorize this one properly. Next point is land preparation. So how you prepare the land? We can prepare the land in Fangul and Choitro after 1 or 2 rainfall, and the land should be plowed properly, and just after harvesting of Rabi across, because we say that Falgun and Choitro, and the land should be leveled after breaking the all type of clothes. That means the land soil should be friable after 5 to 6 plowing, and use the ladder or harrowing. The soil should be well pulverized, and the roots of the previous crop should be uprooted or removed from the field, or we can destroy, or you can burn on the field as well. That will be increase the organic matter in the field as well. The seed germination will not be up to the expectation if we do not follow this type of land preparation in the jute land. Next is fertilizer. So what type of fertilizer or the quantity of fertilizer you need for jute cultivation easily increased by applying appropriate amount of organic and chemical fertilizer. So we can apply organic fertilizer and inorganic fertilizer or chemical fertilizer as well. So if we apply organic fertilizer in due time, we don't need to apply more chemical fertilizer. So we have to we can decrease the quantity of chemical fertilizer. But if there is no lack of zinc and sulfur in soil, it is not necessary to apply gypsum or zinc sulfate. So when we apply the chemical fertilizer, before that we have to test the soil and examine the nutrient requirement. Fertilizer application after 6 to 7 weeks of seed sowing. uh, at first we have to do remove the wheat from the field, and then 200 gram urea decimal should be applied for all jute varieties except 98 O90 9897 and 40 kg urea per decimal for or O9897. So that means it depends when the varieties change. So we have to think about this one. Next one is seed treatment. Before we sowing the seed, we have to treat the seed. That is why we have to use the chemical name is Ridomil or Captan 75. So mixing the Ridomil 20 gram in the seed lot or Captan 75 we can per kg. So we can our farmer can buy this one from the shop as well, and this is the renowned this is good for seed treatment, and this is mandatory. Seed sowing is if you do not sowing the seed proper time, plants flower will be not blooming timely, even the production will be deteriorated. And sometimes the time of seed sowing will be depends on the variety as well. But jute seeds can be sowing in mid February mid February to mid April as well. Next is method of seed sowing and seedless. How you sowing the seed? We can use the broadcasting method, we can use the line sowing method. But in our country, maximum farmer use the broadcasting method. But if we use line sowing method, that means row to row, that time seed requires a low amount. So the distance between rows should be 25 to 30 centimeter, and between seeds in row should be 7 to 10 seed. But if it is broadcasted, after sowing the seed, the most important thing is cultural operation. So there will be some important cultural operation we will discuss now. First one is thinning and weeding. The weak seedlings from densely populated seedlings should be removed first time after 15 to 20 days of seed sowing simultaneously with weeding. After 35 to 40 days of sowing second time, and after 45 to 50 days of sowing third time, weeding should be done simultaneously with soil loosening. So when you thinning the jute plant, that time after that the farmer, what they do, this thinned plant sell in the market as a vegetable. Next point is irrigation and drainage. Water should be supplied during drought condition. Excess water should be drained out if there is stagnant condition. Next point is insect control, which is very important. And next one is disease control, which is more important. These two is very important for jute cultivation, which is insect control and disease control. So now I will explain details about the insect control and disease control. First one is jute hairy caterpillar. This is the insect. The symptom of this insect is this insect eats all type. The major symptom is all type of young and matured leaves. That means they eat all type of young and matured leaves. And the female mouse lays eggs on the dorsal surface of the leaves, and the young larvae after hatching remain on the dorsal leaf surface in groups of the 6 to 7 days of hatching. If you have a look, the figure here, this is the larva stage and this is the adult stage, and this is the twig of a plant. So the egg, they lay the egg on the dorsal surface of the leaves, that means on the top portion, and after that they eat the young leaves as well. So you can get this insects description on your textbook page number 118. And what about the control measures? When you observe, when you find the leaves with eggs should be removed and damaged whenever found. And at the early stage of infestation, when the larvae remain in group, the leaf with insects should be killed, pressuring by legs, putting it in pit or a dipping in kerosene mixed water. And even when you find the when you plow the land, that time the egg eaten by the bird as well. Protecting canal can be made surrounding the infested field, and kerosene mixed water can be kept in the canal to protect the spreading of jute hairy caterpillar as well. And insect recommended insecticide you can find in the market, you can use that one as well. So observe this figure very carefully, because you can get this figure in your creative question or MCQ questions for identify and description as well. Next one is mole cricket. Next one is mole cricket. Have a look. The figure of the mole cricket is here, and the symptom of this mole cricket is these insects make holes in the land and live inside the holes at day. At midnight, they come out from the holes, cut the base of the jute seedlings, and keep the cut seedling inside the holes. Constantly, the jute field sometimes becomes vacant with jute plants. So the infestation becomes higher when there is no rainfall, and the infestation becomes lower after rainfall, and the adult insects eat the root and the base of the stem of jutes. So these symptoms and the control measures is very important. You have to memorize this one for MCQ and CQ. You can find the control measures on page number 119. Next one is jute semi-leper. Jute semi-leper. This is the larva or caterpillar, and this is the adult stage. The symptom of this insect is the jute semi-leper infests the young twigs and leaves of the jute plants. Consequently, the young leaves become damaged and branching occurs in the jute plants. Therefore, jute yield is reduced and fiber quality is deteriorated. We can control by when infestation is found, kerosene mixed rope should be pulled over the jute plants. This will reduce the infection of the insect as well. Even insecticide you can apply as well, and birds will eat the insect as well, and this type of control measures you can apply. Next one is jute weevil, another harmful insects of jute. This is the looks this is the figure of the jute weevil, and these females lay eggs by boring the twigs. That means they bore the twig of jute seedlings. After hatching the nymph, that means the larva, so inside the plant and become adult there as well. So this is the main symptoms of this leaf. Next one is red mites. About two types of mites found in the jute field, such as yellow mite and red mite in our country jute field. The yellow mites infest young leaves and suck leaf juice. Consequently, these leaves become rolled and leaves color become coppery. The yellow mites also attack flower buds. Consequently, flower buds cannot bloom. Petals color yellow to black and shaded. And the control measures will be here is lime and sulfur should be mixed by 1:2 ratio and should be applied in the insect field with water. Even you can use green leaf juice of neem mixing with water by 2:5 ratio should be applied in the field. The insecticide should be sprayed at recommended dose as well. So the insects of insects is very harmful for jute cultivation as well. So these all insects information you have to memorize properly for your MCQ and CQ. Next is disease control. The most harmful disease of jute is first one is stem rot disease. The causal organism of this disease is fungus, and if you have a look, this is the uh, symptoms you look like of the stem rot disease. So that means the stem will be rotten. Next one is black band disease. This one as well, same causal organism which is fungus, and you can find the black band. That means it's the stems will be like a band and color will be black. This is the main symptoms as well. Next one is dry rot, the same causal organism which is fungus, and the symptom is the plant is dry and rot, and the control measures of all these three disease is same, which is the weeds, stubble, and the roots of the previous crop should be uprooted and burned after cutting of jute, because we know that all three disease causal organism is fungus. So seed should be treated before seed sowing with fungicide. The jute seed should be collected from the healthy plants. Measures should be taken to drain out excess water all the time. Measures should be taken to control disease just after appearing of the disease, and applied fungicide. So you can get the information in your textbook, page number 121. After all this culture operation, when the time is coming, that time we have to collect the or harvest the jute plant, and that means the cutting of jute and making bundles. The quality and yield both are reduced if it is not cut the proper time. So we have to cut the plant in proper time as well. The cut plants are tied into bundles about 10 kg, whatever. It depends on the plant. Depends on the farmer ability, and make the bundle. And after making bundles, this will kept in the field about 3 to 4 days, because in these 3 days the leaves become shaded, and the leaves should be spread in the field, as the jute leaves are good manures. And then we have to rafting the jute on the water. At first 10 to 15 jute plants are arranged on water, keeping the base of the plant at the same direction. Thereafter some other jute plant bundles are arranged by keeping the base at the opposite direction of the previous bundles. This is called the jute rafting. If you do not follow this properly, then the quality of fiber will be deteriorated. Care should be taken that 30 centimeter water remains above the raft and 60 centimeter below the raft. Broadcasting 1 kg urea per 100 bundles of jute plants accelerates jute rotting and improves the quality of jute fiber. Even the clean water of bills, canals, or rivers having low current is the most suitable for jute rafting. Even to immerse of jute raft, soil cloths, banana plants, mango plants, etc. should be used, because these make the fiber color black. The jute raft is submerged in water by tying with the bamboo sticks or by pressing with stones. To cover the raft, water has in straw can be used. So I told you before as well, follow properly the rafting method, otherwise the quality of the fiber will be destroyed. So how many days later you can understand the jute will be rotting? About 10 to 11 days. Generally 4 to 5 jute plants are pulled out from the raft. If the fiber from these plants can easily be spreaded, then it indicates the completion of jute rotting. So the jute rotting is complete within 12 to 14 days in warm weather, and in the cold weather it will take 20 to 25 days. And after that, each bundle lifted over the water and in dry places or sitting on the dry places, you can, or standing on the knee or weights of the deep water, we remove manually from the stake. The bamboo made or are used to and for drying the we can use for fiber, we can use the bamboo, or you can use the plant, or you can use the a different thing, depends on the ability of the farmer, and the yield varies with the variety as well. And if you have a look, this is the picture. It showed the rafting process and removing the fiber from the plant, and this is called jute rafting, and this is the process of showing the drying method of jute fiber. And importance of jute crop in Bangladesh. I cannot explain it in very short time, because there is lots of important things of jute crops in Bangladesh. Basically, we can cultivate it in our country very easily, because it needs fertile soil, which we can get easily in our country, and it can be tolerated water stagnant condition as well, even in the drought condition as well. If you have a look these pictures, there is lots here you can use in the household materials, like duvet, quilt, even in the ladies or gents bag, and even in there some clothes as well. Here you can use the different type of pot as well with the jutes, and even here you can see different pot, baskets, bag, here showpiece as well. And even we can export this fiber in the foreign country and earn lots of foreign and currencies as well. So you can get the importance description in your textbook, page number 1 to 3 at the bottom. Now, after describe the topic, I already mentioned you, or I already told you too many MCQ and CQ questions, and now I separate some examples of board and top ranked schools questions. Example, first one is, you see, which of the following is a local variety of jute? Answer will be D154. That is why I told you before, you have to memorize the variety name, which you can be find in page number 117 in your textbook. And then next question, you see, which disease makes the jute plant first dry up and then dry? The answer will be dry card or black band blast or tungro. The answer will be black band. And this type of questions description you can get page number 121. Next question is, which one of the following should not be used for jute rafting? For this you can you have to memorize page number 122 and 123. The answer will be banana leaf. Next question is, which insect's female moth lays eggs on the dorsal surface of the jute leaves? And the answer will be jute weevil. That means you have to memorize the disease insect control from page number 118 to 120. Next question is, which one is used for jute seed treatment? Then answer will be radiomule, and you can get this answer page number 116, and the title will be seed treatment. So this is the kind of example of board and top 10 schools questions. Next one is CQ questions example of some board and top 10 schools. First one is, you see, there will be two figure. One is figure A and the two is figure B. And the question is, how many types of mites are found in a jute field? Next question is, explain about thinning and weeding of jute crop. Next question is, what symptoms are found in the jute plants by the infestation of the insect in figure B? That means second figure. Explain. Last question is, the control measures of the two insects of the picture are quite different. Analyze the statement. So for first questions you have to go page number 120, where you can get the answer. That means how many types of mites are found in a jute field. I already explained to you that is two types. One is red mite and the other one is yellow mite. And next question answer, explain about thinning and weeding of jute crop. You will get the answer page number 118, where you can see cultural operation after seed sowing, which is thinning and weeding. I already explained to you. And third question is for 3 marks, which is what symptoms are found in jute plants by the infestation of the insects in figure B. That means this figure name is red mite, and the first one is called jute semi-loper. So for jute red mite, you can get the symptom page number 120. I already explained to you as well. And the last one is the control measure of the two insects of the figures are quite different. So you have to answer the both contour measures of these two insects, which is for first one semi-loper contour measures, and then red mite contour measure. Then you have to write down the that the difference of two contour measures will be was explained on the above. And you can get page number 119 and 120 for question number D, which is for 4 marks. Another example of board or some top ranking schools questions, where you see the stamp says Jim, who lives on the banks of the Jamuna River, cultivates a local variety of jute on his 4 acres of land. He cut the jute at the right time and rafting the jute, then preserved it after drying in the proper way, and got good quality fiber and higher yields. And you see the question is write down a local variety name of jute. Same thing, you can get this one page number 117. Next question is explain the jute seed treatment process, which you can get page number 117. And then describe the reason for good quality and high yield of jute fiber in Jim's land. Here you have to answer the process of jute rafting, which you will get the answer page number 122. And then the last question is analyze the economic role of the crop mentioned in the above stem in the context of our country. Even you can get this solution page number 123, where you can see the bottom importance of jute crop in Bangladesh.
My dear students, thank you very much for watching today's online lecture. If you got any problem, contact your subject teacher. They must help you. Thank you very much.